Welcome back to another video on the cheap Cat S BMW that I bought for just £1,400. We have some problems with this car. The clutch is slipping, it needs a major service. It's not in the best condition, but we're just gonna ignore all of that for the time being, and we're gonna do the right thing and get this thing cleaned up. So I have been driving this car for a couple of weeks now, and it definitely needs a clean. It's filthy on the exterior. I mean, you know, like I said, it's not in the best condition. It does have a whole bunch of scratches all round, but I think it would definitely benefit from a good clean. And the interior is absolutely horrid. I don't know when this thing last had a good clean, but it's absolutely disgusting in here. I don't even want to know what that is. It's sticky, it absolutely reeks. Carpets, the mats are disgusting. The seats, well, they don't look too bad, but they are black. They're gonna hide a hell of a lot of dirt. And so, yeah, it's finally time to get this thing clean. Of course, you know me, I'm not gonna go half the way. I am gonna take all of the interior out because you can't really give the carpets a good clean with the seats still in. So we'll take everything out. We'll hopefully see if we can find any money underneath the back seat to try and recuperate some of our money after getting scammed. What's that I see? Oh, I've got a gold coin. It's got to be worth, I don't know, at least £1,000. It's got to be genuine real gold. But yeah, I am excited to see how well this comes up. We'll just kind of ignore that and ignore that for the time being. Right then, let's get cracking. Before we get started, as always, give this video a like. It really does help me out and it shows your appreciation. Now, enough talking, let's get on. So I guess we'll start with the rear bench. We'll just pull out. So we are going to have to unbolt the center seat belt, T50 socket to remove the bolt. This can come through, and this can come out. Now generally I do like to just keep the seat backs in because you can, you know, clean in and around them. There's no real need to take them out. You can of course lift this trim up and bolt them from there, but like I said, there's really no need to. More trouble than it's worth. So we will proceed onto the front seats, held in by 2 bolts at the rear, 2 bolts at the front. And again, of course, the seat belt as well. Just lift this trim piece off, it should be held in by 1 bolt. Is that removed? And is it a T50 again? Yes it is. That bolt removed. Seat belt comes away. Slide the seat back. Unbolt the 2 bolts at the front. Slide the seat forward. Let's get the rear 2 bolts removed. Slide the seat back, tilt it back, and then disconnect the electrical connector underneath. And we're in the money. That's 5p off the price of the car. We'll just do the exact same to the driver's seat, and we'll have a look at the interior, have a look at just how disgusting it is. And there is the driver's seat removed. Again, nice and easy, but look at the state of this interior. more money, 2p, so I guess it takes 7p off the job. But yeah, it's not really the best in here, is it? The good thing, the worst of the mess is contained to the mats. So underneath them, the carpet isn't too bad, but it definitely does need a good vac and a good wet vac. So I think that is the next thing we'll do. We'll just take all of the boot area out first though. Can't miss the boot. Again, the boot area isn't looking much better, is it? Yeah, definitely been used, this. So, entire interior now vacuumed out. Looking so much better already in here. That really didn't take long at all. But we are definitely going to have to give this a good wet vac because there are some very questionable stains. I don't even know how this gets here. I mean, it's literally underneath the seat. How do you get these stains underneath the seat? And these as well. Probably just muddy feet, I'd imagine there. Driver's side isn't too bad, to be honest. On this passenger side here, it was a lot worse than this before I vacuumed it, by the way. But yeah, I really don't even want to guess what that may be. Excrement, vomit. I don't know, but it's not very nice and it needs to go. So yeah, a very good wet vac needed in here indeed. It should help with the smell somewhat as well. And so after a good wet vac, here is how we are now looking. Carpets have came up quite nicely, to be honest. Remember, there was these deep stains in the footwell area on the passenger side. There was that questionable patch there where the subwoofer is. That is now gone. Yeah, it's definitely a lot fresher in here now. I've also went ahead and gave all of the leather and plastics a good wipe over as well. This is the stuff I use for my interior. Definitely not perfect. I mean, this is a, what, 13-year-old car. It's covered 180 odd thousand miles, so there's going to be the odd scratches and blemishes here and there, but yeah, so much nicer in here now. Even the boot area as well. Came up spotless. Now then, because I am kind of against the clock, we don't have a lot of daylight now with it being winter time. I'm going to get the interior all cleaned up and then get it back in the car. And now with the boot floor back in and all of the seats now back in, that's the interior pretty much done. Exactly the same process that I've done with the rest of the interior on all of the plastics and the leather parts. Just use that interior cleaner and a brush, makes the leather come up pretty well, to be honest. If you have leather that is shiny, that means it's holding a whole load of grease, so it should be a more of a matte finish as this is. That's when you know that the leather itself is clean. An area that holds a lot of grease and oil, of course, is the steering wheel. This is looking a hell of a lot better than it was before. It was very, very shiny and slippy before. People may prefer the shiny look, but yeah, it just means that there's a hell of a lot of oil and grease in the leather, as I said. Right, with the interior done, let's move on to the exterior. Now, of course, as well as the exterior, we also want to give the engine bay a good clean for a number of reasons, really. One, to make it look nicer, so you don't, every time you put your hand in the engine bay, you get covered in oil. Two, to help identify any leaks. There is quite a bit of oil stains in various different places. This one here, I think that's probably pag oil from the AC system. Don't know why that's there. There's quite a bit of oil down there as well on the coolant pipe. So yeah, having a fresh, clean engine bay just helps identify a little bit easier any potential oil leaks. But the most important reason why I'm giving this engine bay a good clean is to clean these drain points right here. Absolutely full of leaves. If that gets blocked up, you can end up flooding your ABS pump, and on this side your engine ECU box, so definitely need to give them a good clean. So I think I'll start with just lifting the catch grid out. Yeah, we did not want that to block up the drain. I'll try. Oh no, this is nasty. Probably should be wearing gloves for this, but hey ho. All them leaves and dirt just stuck in there. Bet these haven't been cleaned out in a good while. Now it's time to start on the snow foam. Okay, so just going to leave that to sit for 5 to 10 minutes, wash it off, then we can begin starting on the wheels. Now, if you're wondering what the hell have I just sprayed on my wheels and tyres, for the tyres just use this undress product, and then for the wheels just a simple wheel cleaner. Now let's get to scrubbing. a lot of corrosion on these wheels, and in my opinion wheels corrode when people don't clean them regularly. They don't clean the salt off. It's even more important to do it in the winter, of course, but you usually find people clean their car less in winter and more in summer, where it should be the other way around really. And with the wheels now as clean as they're ever going to be, it's time to wash the car. You know the drill, 2 bucket method. Let's do it. Now, am I going to bore you with me washing the car for the millionth time that you probably see me do it? No, I'm not. So I'm just going to crack on, get it all rinsed off, and we'll see where we're at. Right then, I think we are done. So, like I said, car is definitely not perfect, has a bunch of scratches, scrapes, dents, questionable paintwork all around the entire car, but yeah, what we've done today definitely has transformed the car. Just giving it a good thorough deep clean. This was all full of crap before. Made the world of difference. The wheels haven't came up too bad. Again, not the best, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, paintwork has a little bit of a shine. I could go mad and get the DA polisher out and try and bring the paintwork up much better. Maybe I'll do that at a later time, I don't know, but yeah, happy with how things are looking for now. Of course, the engine bay as well definitely needed a good clean in here. Much nicer in here now. We'll be able to identify any oil leaks a whole lot easier, but overall just a much nicer place to work in. The fact that we have cleaned out the drains as well. If you have one of these cars, you have to clean these drains out, as well as, like I said, you'll end up messing up your ABS pump or your ECU, which sits underneath here in that white box. Yeah, very, very common problem for that to get flooded. So yeah, pleased with that. The biggest transformation there has to be inside the car. I mean, you guys saw how filthy this boot area was before we cleaned it. So much nicer now. Again, we've took out the entire interior. Much nicer, smells much fresher in here as well, and we haven't even sprayed any, you know, any air freshener or anything, but it just smells so much fresher. And again, in the front as well, all of the leathers, the seats have come up nice. Center console, this was just covered in some sticky residue. Don't even want to try and guess what that may be. Yeah, much nicer place to be in here now. Be happy putting many miles on this car. Okay then, so there we go, that is it for this video. Another job done on this very cheap Cat S wrote-off BMW that I unfortunately bought from Birmingham. But yeah, I want to thank you all for watching anyway. Give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, because now the real work can start on this car. And I will see you all in that next one.